Yo, what up? Welcome to another episode of Red Zone in the Lab podcast. We got Chuck in the building. We got DawgTired in the building, helping us on the backside with the ones and the twos. You also got a special guest from the comments that's joining us a little later today. But today we're going to get into the draft grades. We talked a whole lot about the draft picks over the weekend and into last night. If you haven't checked it out, go back to after this show, of course. Go back to your YouTube, check out those shows to get our initial reactions over the weekend. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, Red Zone in the Lab 101. Let's get to it.
When I first stepped into RFK Stadium, I knew I'd found a home. The roar of the fans, the energy of the city, united as one, was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. RFK Stadium was the stage for the world's greatest in sports, culture, and entertainment. All in the heart of our nation's capital. It's time to revive that legacy.
Man, we've been waiting a long time for this, baby. Red Zone in the Lab. Commanders. It's time. Let's get it, homie. Before we get into the draft, I do want to talk about the two separate draft parties, right? Thursday night one draft party at the stadium was awesome, bro. It was awesome. It was a lot of people that showed up. You could either walk on the field, but they did have like a protective plastic over the field. So of course, you can wash it up, drop soda and hot dogs and ketchup and all that other stuff. And then you can also sit around in the lower bowl, right? One side of the field, which is the north side of the field, they had like the stage and the band played, and they had other performers, some DJs or whatever. No one like known like that, but some old school DJ dudes. If you're from the city, you'll know who they are. They had both jumbotrons playing, right? And I think the Command Center podcast folk was somewhere in the lower bowl. I don't know exactly where. But they had interviews of players came to do interviews with them. And on field, of course, they're going to have ticket sales and all that other good stuff, right? And some of their sponsored tents and all that other stuff. They had a lot of things for the kids that they could do. They had like different combine type drills, hand the ball off, and all that other stuff. And for adults, like throwing a football, the little carnival setup. It has some of that stuff there too. Mm-hmm. And the good thing was for the kids, with the kid combine little thing, the running back drills and all that, they had players there doing those drills with them, handing them the ball, throwing them the ball and all that. Some of those players was Chig. Chig was there. No one really knew who he was, right? No one really knew who he was, which is understandable. He just got here. And then like the whole thing with the NFL, like the helmets, right? So if you're not outspoken, diva wide receiver, or you're not part of the hometown or star quarterback or something like that, ain't nobody gonna really know who you are. So he was cool, shouting him out. Then Bill Connolly, they came and they did some handoffs. So, most of the fans knew who they were, been with the team or whatever. What was funny is, bro, as soon as the Cardinals took Jeremiah Love, Bill appeared as the guest on the command time. It showed up on the jumbotron, like 2 minutes after they picked him. It was like it was time. It was like they knew everybody going crazy. He's cheesing from ear to ear. He literally cheesing from ear to ear, bro. He like, yeah, I got this joint locked up. I'm RB1, right? Because he heard the noise, right? Because he even started posting stuff a couple weeks ago, her and Henry Jeremiah love noise, right? So it was him and Connolly up there. Then they came down. Of course, Rebo. Because Rebo gonna be there. Rebo was there. The fans, oh, pro Rebo. One thing I noticed, and I kind of noticed this in the middle of the season. And it had everything to do with Terry. It was one of the games, I think, after he got hurt the first time, when he first came back the first time before he left again. Every time he touched the field, every time we got in the goal, like in the red zone, all you heard was Terry. And at that point, I understood, right, what we kind of see. Hold on, let me do something real quick.
Appreciate the likes, bro. Appreciate it.
One thing, I keep forgetting. You gotta remind me to add the Twitch join on that. We forget. One thing I noticed is there's a difference between Commanders X, right? The timeline and actual reality, like being at the games, right? Like, because you'll see people debating about Terry, this, and that, because most people don't care about Monday through Saturday, right? Like they don't care. And I figured this out a long time ago, right? Because my aunt and them, when I was a kid, they used to make me cry and tease because they all Cowboy fans, beat us all the time, cry, tease. As I got older and I started learning more and more, and I go back and well, you don't know about it. They didn't care. Right, like they don't care about who had more rushing yards. They don't care about averages. They don't care. All they care is about winning and losing. That's all they care about. And and if they lose, they like, all right, so y'all gonna lose next time. Y'all sorry anyway. We beat y'all 40 years. Like they don't. So it's really no need to debate. That's why my wife always tell me, honey, you gotta talk to people when they talking to you about sports. Because a lot of times, if I know that you're not like, because bro, we are in this, right? Like we are in this thing. Like we talk about this thing often and a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of times, like I've learned to, like, I just don't want to feel like wasting my energy.
Yeah.
Conversations is different.
It's way different. Bro.
Way different. Like even in the group chat with my cousin and them, like I just like one time I was just like, and it's so funny because it was a fantasy football chat. And some of my cousins in there, some of my friends, some of my cousins' friends. So my older cousin, like, this was weeks later, he was like, bro, my man was like, young, who is D in that joint chopping up like that? Like, who was he chopping up like that in the chat? Right. Right. Because of the fact that it's not fair, because I have so much information, because we do this every day, and they don't have this information because they don't care really. Right. But it's sports. So if it's sports, especially as someone that loves the sport, because you can love the sport and not know anything about it.
Yep.
Right. Like you can love the sport and not know anything about it. So like when you get into these conversations with people that don't know anything about it, but they really love it and have a passion for it, they will go back and forth with you, but not understand nothing you're saying. Yeah. About averages. Yeah, go ahead.
It's crazy. And like these past, how long I've been in spaces now? 4 years now, 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've like completely changed on like my whole, like the way I talk about sports with people.
Right.
Cause like we be in there like every day chopping it up. And that's why I think I've really taken a step back from spaces and doing it every day and even hosting them, because it was getting a little bit too much. And then like in the outside world, I was starting to get irritated.
Yeah.
Like somebody will come up to me and they'll be like, hey man, we still, like somebody will just say something crazy like, oh, we still got some random wide receiver. And I'll just look at them like, what are you talking about?
Right,
And
right.
like not noticing that like it's probably like an older person or somebody that just that doesn't watch or pay attention to the game like us. And like even with the WNBA stuff, like I gotta stop myself and then like bring it back. Like this is also an opportunity for me to teach and like help people.
Right.
So really, it's like, man, like talking about this every day and then going to talk to like I guess we could say casual people. It's sort of like it'll irritate you a little bit, and you just gotta like keep that humble side on it.
Right, because like you get to a point where it's like people are like, man, what you think you know everything?
Yeah.
Right, but like, I literally know more than you. Like I literally know more than you. So like,
But we did the
instead of
work.
me, right? Like, because then we put the work in, right? So like,
We did the work.
so like, instead of me doing that, I just try not to have those conversations at all.
Yeah.
Right, I try to have very smart, like even at church, they'll say something like, because they, I know pocket, and they'll say something like, oh, yeah, that's cool, all right. But in my mind, even they be talking to each other, I'm like, right, you know what I'm saying? So like, and they ask for people that don't even play on the team no more, like all that. So like,
yeah,
it gets to a point where like fandom, and we've been talking about fandom a lot over the last few months. Like there are different tiers of fandom, and they all are fine. Because regardless of how much you actually know about X's and O's, I can't tell you don't have passion for the sport.
exactly.
Right? Like you could know absolutely nothing. You could not know. You don't have to know what an 11 personnel is in order to have passion and love for the sport. Because like most of the people, right, that loves to have a passion for football, and I'm talking about the people that kick their TVs in. Right, and we didn't even talk about the ones that go way beyond it, right? That lose their whole families for this sport,
yeah,
regardless of how it's done, right? So, and they might not know nothing about it, but they have a passion for it, right? So, I say all that to say a lot of times, just like you was talking about being in different areas, in different spaces, not specifically spaces, but just spaces in general, talking about the sport, you come to realize that. Like, and you don't want to feel like you a know-it-all or you know more or you whatever. But like a lot of times, the fact of the matter is some people put more work in.
yeah,
Right. Like some people comes up with the take based off of something that they develop, not off of what they see somebody else have developed. Right. Because a lot of times somebody will say, well, I don't want them to do this, this, and that. Right. Well, why you feel like that? I don't know. Like it just doesn't, because you're taking someone else's thought and trying to use it as your own when you have no context.
Yeah, and I think where I really caught myself, I think it was the last game I was able to go to last year, and I was sitting in the stands, and I caught myself every time something happened, I was checking my phone because I was checking the group chat.
Yeah.
Or I was trying to listen into a space.
Was that Friday night?
Yeah, it was. I was like, I just caught myself. I was like, nah, I'm losing the plot at this point. I'm losing the actual having the fun at the games and going to the games and actually enjoying the games for what it is. It's a football game at the end of the day. Yeah, we break it down, analyze it, put our 2 cents in it, whatever. But in person, like if you
None
just
of that matters, bro.
yeah, it don't matter.
None of that matters.
Just go out there.
None of that matters.
And we had the time of our lives, like whether we doing like the tailgates or in person, whatever. Like if you just focus on all that, it's fun, man.
Yep. And that's the thing, right? And sometimes you start to get annoyed, right? And you don't want to. So instead of me coming off like, man, you stupid. Like, how can you? Like, I just have to separate myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just like I do like with my family and friends, different things like that when it comes to actually talking about the sport. Right. Like we still talk about it, but it's really like, oh, I can't wait to the game, blah, 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 talk a little trash. You know what I'm saying? But it's no need to get into the specific because a lot of people just don't have time.
Yeah.
Right. It's no fault. And then they don't care. Right.
Yeah.
When it's fine. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like if I get to a point where it's not fun and me being annoyed is me not having fun.
Yep.
Right. Because like we have to keep the same logic with things. So if for this player, if I say, you know, I like this player, I like the school he went to, this, and that. If he has an issue with drops, that's the issue with drops. But if I don't like this player that has the same issues, I think he can overcome this because I like him and I like the school he went to. But this player, I don't like the school he went to. I don't like the player. I'd rather have somebody else. Like the logic is only applying to what you want, to what you agree with, and that part is what I'm starting to notice more. And for me, that conversation is becoming is really annoying me.
Yeah, that's why I tried this year because I normally don't talk about the draft or even get into it. Because like I'm the same way with you with the combine. Like I honestly don't care about how high you can jump and all that stuff. But like it's a part of the game, whatever. But this year I tried to like dip my feet in the water. Like I pay attention to college football, but I'm really not on it like that. But this year I tried, and then I was just sitting in spaces like every day I would go in and check just to see what the topic was about. And it was about the same thing every time. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it because I'm wasting my time. It's like it's a minute point, the same thing over and over. And I don't have if I don't have anything good to offer to it, I don't need to be a part of it. So I'll wait. I'll wait till the season kick off.
Right, and it's not just about like spaces and chats and X. It's the timeline. It's spaces like out here in real life, right? Because a lot of times if people hear you or see you or know you talk sports, they want to talk and they want to compete with you and they want to like know more. Because like with me, that's what I'm kind of getting away from. And I remember before the season started last year, I joined Big Dash podcast for the Giants. Respect him. I mean, he knows a lot about ball. And we was just chatting prior up to like, yeah, we're gonna talk about it, break ball down, blah blah blah, and then we're gonna do our thing, debate this and that, right? So when we got to that debate part, I was like, man, I ain't even, because I just like, especially on this platform, right? On this type of platform, that's not what I'm trying to. I've never wanted to do that on this platform. Like, however long I've been doing podcasts on this platform, I never try to get into it because I remember when I first started. I don't know if I deleted that joint or not, but it's a long time, like I don't know, like 2 years ago. This is when I really wasn't as consistent as we are now. And man, my cousin was on that joint about Carson Wentz, I think. About Carson Wentz for like an hour and a half, just yelling, blah blah blah. And I remember that. And from that point, I was like, I would never do that on this platform again. And it ain't got nothing to do with like it's wrong or nothing like that. But like that's just not the vision that I have for this platform. You know what I'm saying? To do that. And that's why we kind of take that approach on Riddle Radio too. Right. We look at things from both sides, right? And we're able to like why I like this person and why I don't like this person. Right. We're able to look at both sides of. So it's not a debate. So if you don't like this person first, and I like this person first, it's fine because we both can make arguments both ways. And that's for the audience too, right? You just can't have three people or me and you hating something, right? And even let's just say if we didn't like one of these picks, both of us, man, we don't like this pick. This is the reason why we don't like it. Right? That's cool for the people that don't like it because they agree with you. But what about the listeners that do like it? Right? So you gotta, like, we have to be able to provide both takes, context for both sides. Right? That's the vision that I have. That's the vision. It might not always look that way, come off, but that's the vision that I have, and the vision that I want all of us to have is to be able to do that. Right? Because like we just don't do that enough. It's either you hate something, you dig in that you hate it. Because like what end up happening is you hate something so much, it doesn't matter what it does in order to try to flip how you feel about it. You're still just going to hate it because you hated it for so long. Right? But that's that, right? I say I do it because I love it for a reason. And then once I get to a place when I don't love something, right, I give it a chance. I either evolve from it and grow, or I step to the side, right? Especially when it's something that's not particularly providing for my family. If it's something that's particularly providing for my family, if I love it or not, I understand my responsibilities, right? But not to say nothing about that. I love doing this show, so I don't want anybody thinking like like we about to go a different way. It's just some different types of of communities and settings and different things like that. That where I am is, you know, I'm kind of over that. I mean, Chuck, you probably know what I'm talking about. So, like, if you know, you
Yeah,
know.
everything energy, man. That's really it.
Yeah. Benjamin, what's good, man? How you feeling? Tanoa Toga will be a starter in less than 2 years. Pool, I like that take. I haven't watched him a lot. This is one of the undrafted free agent guards that we got.
Okay, I missed
I like this a lot. I'm definitely going to watch him. Right, I'm going to watch him. And the other guard last year that didn't play last year that we had undrafted that was really, really good. And Smoke been telling us about him. Tim McKay, who was really good in college, but he ended up getting hurt. He was considered a midday pick, early day 3, but he went undrafted because of the injury last year. And we just kind of set him on the practice squad. So I'm excited to see him too this offseason. Some people keep asking about jersey numbers. To them, that's the most, and that's fine. Like media, like that's fine, right? Because remember, there are different levels to fandom. There's different levels to fandom, and whatever. Because like remember, we did our fandom pie chart, right? Like there's a fandom pie chart, media, and for them, a big slice of that pie chart is jersey numbers, and that's okay. That's their way of fandom. And that's okay. So that slice of your pie of your fandom pie chart, it might be real small, but ultimately we're all is like it all is going to equal up to one pie, and that's the, you know, for you kids out there or whoever's out there in school trying to figure out pie charts, that's the main goal of a pie chart, is to fill it. Kaytron Allen going to be where the hell? Now, this is I can't wait till we get to him, right? Because today we're going to grade these picks. We're going to look at how other media outlets grades our picks. And he like, bro, this dude, did you see what he said? Who he reminded himself of?
Yeah, I saw the clip. What he said, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Nick, appreciate you, man. Levels to fans, but we all exactly like Chuck said, like we can do this thing all week. We can talk all week. And even I can give a score prediction and have us losing. But you think I'm gonna be at that game hoping we lose? No, that's not how this works. That's not how fandom works. And that's the thing that I worry about. And like I say, people can fan how they want to fan. Like they can go to the games and if they decide to feel that way, that's on them. But I just never understood, even if you know the team is sorry, but you still going, you still want to root for them, you still want them to win, right? And I get the end of the year, I get the end of the year stuff, right? That's a whole different discussion. But like week 1, week 2, like when there's still hope in a sense of making the playoffs and things like that, it just seems like you will be in a prison walking into some place where you know you're not going to enjoy yourself, right? So that's that. Oh, but how you doing, Chuck? My bad.
I'm good, man.
A little rant.
It's my a little personal, but it's my last probably full week with Uncle Sam. Technically, I ain't gonna get into technicalities, but it's probably my last full week doing this. Well, it is my last. It is my last. Yeah, we're moving on to some different things, man. But otherwise, I'm doing good, man. Good weekend. We'll chop it up later about the WNBA stuff. Got a lot of traveling that's finna happen. Just prepping for a good summer, man. I'm trying to be outside and have fun.
There it is. Don't be mad to be outside. All right, let's get to some of these draft picks. That's what we want to do first. Yep, let's do Sonny Styles. Um,
Man,
let's
he's
see how
so
we did it. All right, let's do Sonny Styles, right? All right. How did you okay? So the Sonny Styles pick. I don't think you and I haven't heard your take on it yet. Um, how do you feel about the Sonny Styles pick?
I like it, man. I got so caught up in all the other names that were floating around, even on draft day, like while we were doing the show, that I like he's completely slipped my mind for a second until a couple of the other names flew off the board, and then somebody mentioned him, and I was like, oh yeah. So when they picked him, I was like, oh man, that's a great pick. I like, do y'all know how much of a freak athlete this guy is, man? How much of that we don't have at linebacker right now? Shout out to Louisville.
hmm
Like
hmm
the height, the speed, the stuff we've been missing for years and years. So I like it, man. I think it's a great pick. Excellent pick.
Um, I do too. I love the pick. When we was at the draft party, and to me, just hearing about them talk about the pick, this is probably always going to be the pick, right? Like this is probably always going to be the pick, because it just seems like they love this kid, and he even wanted to be here, and that's another thing, right? These draft picks, when you talk to them, when you talk about the Commanders, like they really wanted to be here. Like I don't know if that clip of Mansell Delane is real or not. But if it is, like that matches up with a lot of these other prospects, right? About our meeting, like the Commanders meeting with them at different points to top 30 visit, if it was the Senior Bowl, Combine, Shrine, like any of those, anytime we met with them, we always stood out. And that makes me happy. Like if he did say that, I was not upset that he said it. I'm glad that he said it because it shows me in real time how far we've come as an organization from top to bottom. When you have people upset that they didn't come here, right? And if that clip was real, he talked about Adam Peters before he even talked about the Chiefs.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean, going back to Sonny real quick, he was saying AP, I mean not AP, DQ is the only coach that gave him his number.
Yeah.
And I was saying this at the show. He said he can hit him up for anything, no matter if he comes in for or not. So
Right.
the culture that we're building is way better than past couple years, and that's sort of like what you want as an organization, like as a team. Like, yes, we do have to get back to winning. That's overall the main goal. But if you can build a solid foundation for the culture, it's gonna be players that always want to come here
Yeah.
and risk it. Some players go to places just to see, like, hey, can we try it out? Can we win? Because they believe that we can because of the culture.
Right.
So it's good, always good to build that first.
Right. Um, let's see. All right, Sonny Styles. Uh this pick for me, I really love this pick, right? How the board fell, you had like two players more than likely, right? When we picked, and it was Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. The middle linebacker position for us has been so bad since London Fletcher, right? And we were able to get a good year out of Bobby. It wasn't a great year. Like 2024, we still had the issues in 2025, but 2025, because we wasn't winning, they were magnified. But these things were happening in 2024, and we talked about it in 2024 a little bit. But because we were winning, we didn't talk about it that much, right? But a lot of those issues you were seeing in 2024, to the point where in the offseason, after the NFC Championship game, we were talking about, yeah, let's bring Bobby back, but he can't play third downs. Right? Like that, we were saying that going into 2025.
Yep,
Right?
exactly.
So, yeah, and then you had Lou, who also had an all-pro year, and then he fell off last year too. So, but he's old. I think he'll be 29 this year, right? You get a 21-year-old stud linebacker, right? That has that has safety capabilities, right? Because remember, he wasn't great there but he was really good, right? So he has the ability to cover, and he understands defense. He's a smart kid. There's a reason why he was given number 0. He was giving 0, not Arville Reese, not Caleb Downs. Sonny Styles was given number 0 because they give it to the guy with the highest IQ, the team leader, the this, and that. You get that at Ohio State. Number 0. That's why he had number 0 last year, but he had number 6 prior. And that's why a lot of us think that's to media's point, why a lot of us think he's going to get number 6. Right. And not 0, because 0 is not like his number, it's OSU's number. Right. So he has the ability to do so many things. He has the ability to be green dot. He can play all of the different linebacker positions. He can rush the passer. He can cover tight ends. He can get sideline to sideline. He can get downhill very, very quickly. He can get deep thirds. He can do all those things that you want your middle linebacker to do. Those are the things that he has shown already at OSU. Right? This is a great pickup. This is a linebacker that, with the traits and things that he could be a 12-year starter in this league. Right? And then having Leo Chanel there, right, is going to be great for him. So I am very excited about this pick. I get this pick A, right? I don't know. Do we need to do plus and minuses? I don't know.
No, that's whack. I like that's just extra.
Right? Plus and minuses. But I'm going to do an A. Everybody in chat, Sonny Styles, what grade do you give Sonny Styles in the chat? Kim, how are you doing today? But for me, I'm giving Sonny Styles an A. Character, on the field, off the field, all those different things, man. Like he mentioned that Adam Peters had to tell him not to call him Mr. Peters and to call him AP, right? You can tell, his mom and dad. So you can tell that this kid is a really good kid. And linebackers is not, it's not a great position. It's not a lot of good results from top 10 linebackers taken in the NFL. So he's absolutely climbing up a hill, right? But hopefully having different pieces around him. And this is also a thing that's very good for our defense and some of these young players that's coming into, especially Sonny Styles, is that you have established players all around you that were great in this league. You have Owe, who just got a big contract. Leo Chanel played at a high level. You got Chasean that played at a high level. You have Deron Payne that's already been there. You have Kinlaw that's been there. So you have pieces around you, right? Immediate around you that's going to be playing, that wasn't just some dude that was good 3 years ago, but guys that was actually good last year that's able to come in and be able to ball out. That's going to be great for him. Right. So Sonny Styles is coming to a great situation. So Kim gives him A for him. I'll do a plus, A plus for Nick. All right. Next up. Oh, we had so many. So we had not so many. Too. Yep. Chuck gave him an A. So not so many debates, but the debate between height and separation. We talked about this height and separation all Friday night, Saturday, and into Sunday. And I think the one thing with him, and this is kind of thing we was talking about at the top of the show, is this when you just don't put the work in, right? Because I think with him and for me, right, because I didn't know who he was, because he was one of these guys that was on a lot of people's top 100 boards, but he wasn't discussed a lot, right? The offense wasn't as explosive as it was in 24. Right, he didn't have as many yards, and his production wasn't as high as it was in 24. And when you come to find out, a lot of it was because of the quarterback and the head coaching situation. They had people trying to get rid of Dabo Singh, so the whole situation was bad for 2025. Right, so there wasn't a whole lot to say about this kid. So when you look at all the draft shows, and when we bring people on here, even our draft show, we went about 20 wide receivers from the 1st to the 7th round, and he didn't come up at all. Not even from anyone in the chats. He never came up. And you didn't see him on the timeline, but the kid Reeves, this guy Reeves that's on the timeline, he being spaces sometime. Like he posted something from last August saying, with the 15th pick, just in case the
Oh,
Commanders
AR.
trade back or whatever. Yeah, and he was like, Antonio, so he knew about him. Right. But I think that's what the thing is like, because we're not seeing it, because we don't know, we don't watch Clemson. We didn't know. So a lot of people didn't know. And like, man, who is this cat? Man, oh, they reached this kid a bump. Where in reality, if you look at most of the consensus big boards, he was ahead of the wide receivers that people wanted that went way later than him. But because we didn't know about him, we didn't like him. And because we don't like him and we like someone more, we're not going to research him. And then when someone tells you about him, you have a deaf ear because of the need to be right.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's like that that good old Disney Channel or Nickelodeon scenario where you got the pretty cheerleader, and then you got the nerdy girl with the glasses, right? And then when prom come around, the nerdy girl, she take off the glasses, do her hair, got the nicest dress, and you ain't know who she was all year, but all of a sudden, that's who you want. That's who you want to be at prom with. That's sort of what it's like.
Typical Lifetime stuff.
Yep.
Lifetime, Movie Network, Hallmark, typical stuff, right? You'd rather have a pretty dude than a dude that looked like a janitor when the janitor dude is actually a prince.
Yep.
But for me, man, I mean, like the kid gets open. The kid release is sensational, right? He get 2.5 yards average of separation, which is insane. It's really insane how often he gets open. He's a middle of the field demon. He's a yak demon. He gives you a whole lot of things that Jordan Tyson gives you. Not saying that he's better, any of that, but a lot of, even if you look at coming into this past year, he was the receiver right behind Jordan Tyson and a lot of people's big boys coming into the season. So that should tell you a lot, right, about the things he's able to do. And he's in the slot. Like we cry about one in the slot, a slot wide receiver, one a slot. Most slot receivers not 6'4". Matter of, you know what? Nope, I'm not going there with the height thing. Nope, I'm not going.
I got a debunk for the height thing because I went and looked at one of these NFL team rosters, like a Super Bowl roster for these last couple of years for one of y'all favorite quarterbacks. But I'm gonna let it go, man.
Yeah,
I like this pick. We complained all last year about none of these guys could get open, none of these guys can get separation, and we get a guy that does exactly that. Nobody's happy.
Right. He does exactly that. He gives you what you're looking for. If you want to talk about a Ben Johnson type offense, which you really don't know, but that's just what's been, again, that's what's been pushed out over the weekend is Ben Johnson type offense. He needs someone that can operate in the middle of the field that can get open and separate. This is going to be great for the offense.
A lot of play action. So
right. So what grades do you have for Antonio Williams in the chat? For me, I'm going to go with the B because he does have some injury issues, which I don't think are going to be huge issues, but he does have some, right? I think he missed about 4 games, 2023. I think 2024 missed a couple games. I think he missed some games last year. And he had one of them was a hammy, and we do not like hammies. But all hamstrings are not created equal. He came right back that next week after he missed the game and he balled out against Syracuse. So I don't think that's going to be a lingering thing, but still he doesn't have a clean bill of health. And that's some of the things that I absolutely look at when it comes to college prospects. So for me, I'm going to give him a B. What about you, Chuck?
Yeah, I think I'm going to piggyback and do the – how old is he? You know how old
he is? He is 20, 21, something like that. He's a young cat.
Yeah, 2 young cats, man, which allows you the room for error for both of these guys. But yeah, I think I'm going to tag along and do B also because I'm not going to lie. I did want a bigger-ish wide receiver looking at our room, but I also wanted just a guy with steady hands, and he does have that. So
yeah.
I think what he lacks in height, he makes up for with his catching ability. So I can definitely live with that any day. But yeah, I'm going to go B. B+ for y'all that want the plus and minuses.
And Nick, who's supposed to be joining us soon, but he's saying his Wi-Fi is tripping. So let me know. But if you're not able to do it tonight, that's cool. Like you have a seat. You have an open seat whenever you can. He said this only pick that he hate. He says the COD, right? And I think it was mostly because of the height thing, right?
Yeah.
That's why if he was able to come on, whenever you do come on, we're gonna talk about it because I think I can. Oh no, here you go. Look like you're ready to go. Let's bring him up. Let's see. Oh, how are we gonna do this? Let me see. We're gonna do this chat. Let me see. Maybe I'll do 2. We ain't got no media. Yeah, we can do it like this. Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Oh shit. Oh shoot, sorry.
Oh, you need some time? Go ahead. You got some time? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. You ready?
Mike wasn't staying on. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, we're good. How you doing, Dick?
Not too bad. Glad to be joining you.
Man. Yeah, man. Glad you can join on this side and not on the chat side. You got Chuck in the building too. Chuck, what's up, man?
What's up, Nick?
What's going on? Glad I can actually be talking to you on this side for once.
All right, so well before we get all right, so I think this is where your hate starts at this pick to go.
Well, it's the only hate that
kind of down.
Okay. I just don't think AP should be allowed to draft on day 2. I think day 3 was great. I give him and I give AP a lot of criticism.
Yeah,
I think it's the best draft he's had.
Yeah.
But I do not like that wide receiver pick. I watch a lot of college football, and I don't know. I don't see it. I think at the college level, a lot of guys are great, but he struggled against press coverage. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, especially with how well the NFC East is the beast again. I think defenses are just stacked in our division, and it's going to be interesting to see how he can handle the pressure because he's going to go in. If we don't get an Ayuk or someone else, it's going to have to be the number 2, number 3 guy right out the gate.
And that's the thing that I like, and I think we're expecting a lot from David Blau, and I think the underlining thing is always and that coaching experience matters, right? And it's not just about X's and O's, right? I mean, some of us probably can draw up plays. Like every play you draw up is to score a touchdown, right? But that's not it. Like you have to tell a story, right? And every story is different. And sometimes you got to stop writing that book the first quarter and start another story in the second quarter because the first one is crap. Like that's the part. And what you just said, if the issue with him is getting off of the line of scrimmage, how is he going to put him in positions to be able to have easier releases? Is he going to move him more? Is he going to have him more slide? You can have him more inline. You can have him more zig routes. He's going to try to set some screens up. Like, how is he going to do that? Because I heard that point also, Nick. But a lot of times in the NFL, there are not a ton of corners that can do that consistently all day long. Or corner. I mean, you might can name 2 or 3 corners that can actually press you the whole game and just go from there, right? But when you do someone that struggles at that, of course they'll see that more themselves throughout the game.
I agree with that, but the Eagles right off the gate, that's 2 games right there that have great corner play, and he's going to have to beat guys immediately off the line when you got Mitchell, Gene, and others on that team. Cowboys are getting better. Giants, I think, with Harbaugh are going to be very sound defensively if they can stay healthy. That was his problem the last couple of years in Baltimore. And I mean, it's I hate hating on guys before they even play a game, but I don't feel like I'm hating on him. I just don't like the fit. I wanted a true X. When was the last time Washington had a true X receiver, like guy that can just go one-on-one and go get them? And everybody's saying, well, he can be our St. Brown. I go, that's if Blau brings in Ben Johnson's offense. We still don't know what.
And we still don't know what it's going to look like, right? I mean, that's what we hear. That's what's saturating our minds when people saying it,
right? Like, I think he learned a lot under Cliff, and that's totally different than Ben Johnson, in my opinion.
Yeah. We'll see what that looks like because we just don't know, right? They say he's going to take some stuff from Cliff. He's going to take some stuff from Benny, take some stuff from KOC. So we just don't know, right? I mean, he just talked about some of the people he played under, and he only coached under Cliff. He coached under, so we'll just see what it looks like. But one thing we do know from what he said is going to be more under the center, right? And he's also going to spam Terry McLaurin. I don't know what that's going to look like for a 31-year-old player, but we absolutely going to see, because some of the things that we were talking, and Chuck, how you feel about this? Some of the things we were talking about over the weekend is, will we see Terry McLaurin in the slot more? Right? Like, that's been the thing every year up to now, right? And when we browbeat Cliff about it last year, he just spammed. Like, anytime it seemed like he was having a hissy fit, he just spammed the stuff. Right, we see Terry going sliding in motion 100 times a game after not doing it barely for the whole season, and running the football. Right, he just spammed it out of nowhere, and it just didn't make any sense to when he was implemented. But how do you all feel about Terry possibly being more involved in the slot?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Terry is at a point now where he can move all around, but Terry is also, to me, a wide receiver that needs to warm up. Like, we've seen that over the years where they just, like, he can go the whole game without anything, and then they'll try like a deep bomb to him, and then it's either overthrown or he doesn't get there to the ball. So he's a wide receiver, especially at the age. Like, you gotta get them gears turning, man. You gotta get a couple catches, get your hands hot. So however they want to move him around and get him hot, I think that's the plan. Start him out in the slot, get him a couple quick catches, which I think our whole offense is going to be based off of anyways, is quick catches and slants, curls, whatever. But Terry's at the point now where you got to get him hot first, and then send him on a deep bomb.
What you think, Nick?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Is because that was one of my biggest criticisms of Cliff. I think everybody's is there'd be games where Terry would get 2 targets, 2 catches.
Yeah.
So I think getting, whether it's just a couple screens, quick slants, whatever, just getting him some touches and then go. Because Jaden, it just also felt like the same thing. Like, they had no chemistry, and then they just have it. And then they'd have no chemistry, and then they just have it.
Yep. Because, like, that Giants game, the year one, it was like that. It was horrible. Like, and then all of a sudden you get to that Bengals game, and they back in the end zone, over the shoulder drops with 2 inches of sideline, right? So, like, it's a thing. And like Chuck said, all that encompassed them, needing to get into a groove. But I think that's something that can prolong his career, right? Is to shorten up his routes a little bit more, take some over the top. But at the same time, you need somebody else. Like, and this is the thing that I don't like, and not so much don't like. It's always like, at this point in Terry McLaurin's career, it shouldn't be get somebody that compliment Terry. It should be more somebody that Terry can compliment, because we got to start changing this thing. Like, Terry's not going to be here forever. I mean, it's rumors already now, which I really don't believe, but his cap hit is in the high 30s next year, right? They're even going to restructure, which I do not think Adam is going to do. So we just got to see what that looks like. But I still don't think we're ready to replace Terry McLaurin. And that's kind of, and that's one thing about not getting a wide receiver early is it's a little not really discouraging, but I can see the point where people wanting a wide receiver early, because we're still in a position where Terry is going to be wide receiver 1 for this year. And it's looking like if he's here next year, he's going to be that for next year.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
What are we talking about? We got Diami now, according to every fan out there, that he's our savior.
Yeah, no. Like Kim said, he said the playbook was confusing with Cliff. So we'll see. All right. So on the flip side, now that was some good points about Antonio, because I kind of heard some of the press stuff also. But on the flip side, right? What's some good things about Antonio Williams?
I like that he had 0 drops last year, is the number one thing about him. I saw, how many drops did we see last year on our team?
Yeah.
If he can come in and just catch the ball, that's already a top receiver for us.
Mm-hmm. What about like the route running, the separation, all those different types? What do you see when he is able to get off the line?
Probably top 10 in the draft from a receiving standpoint, but the hamstring issue, and he doesn't. That's what concerns me, but he is a great route runner when healthy. Like, he gets open. He gets open and he doesn't drop it, which is what you want in, I guess, a slot receiver. So that would be the positives for him.
Mm-hmm. So that's something we got to look forward to, right? So hopefully he can stay on the field. Hopefully he could be a target. Hopefully he can develop into something where we can see being here for a while, because like, I don't think, I mean, an X, a Z, a slot, whatever, like a superstar wide receiver is a superstar wide receiver. You don't have to be one of the alphabets in order to be a superstar wide receiver. So for us, like, now that he's on our team, it's like we want him to become a superstar wide receiver, even if we don't see it or if we do see it. I think we all can agree with that.
Well, I kind of disagree with you there, and maybe this is what you guys were talking about earlier, where you get too into it. But when you say superstar receiver, there's levels to the superstar receiver. Do you
Yeah.
want St. Brown, who's probably, I mean, who are the other like top slot guys of all time, or do you want a Calvin Johnson, or Julio Jones? Who would you rather have, St. Brown or Julio Jones on your team? And I think I'd rather have Julio.
Yeah, but I think to the other point, and that makes sense, right? But when it comes to the Julios, the Megatrons, like those guys come around like every 10 years, right? Like even when you talk about Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, like all of the top wide receivers now, they playing both. They playing the X and the Z, right? Like and these guys are not huge, right? I mean, you even have even AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown is an elite wide receiver. Right. But AJ Brown can only be elite at certain things. Right. But when you look at like Chase and Justin, like they can do all that stuff. Right. So like you say, there are levels to it, but it's also history and what's readily available. And them Julios and them Megatron, I haven't seen a Megatron yet. Julio probably was the closest thing. I haven't seen another Randy Moss yet, especially somebody that does it consistently as they did it. You might see spurts like even what's the kid in Houston that's always hurt?
Nico.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's 6'5", like he is one. He could be one of those guys, but look, he's always hurt, right? So I just think that if you can find your guy, that you can. Like Amon-Ra, a lot of these guys that are the top wide receivers, they're all 6 feet, 6'1", right? And then the thing, I mean, what was the other guy? Like look at DK Metcalf, bro. Like,
well,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like what's readily available? What do we see more in the NFL when it comes to superstar receivers compared to what we wanting, right? Because they're not a ton. I mean, you might get 3 or 4 6'4" guys that can be in the top 15 conversation. And it's probably only one of them that's actually in the top 5 conversation. That's AJ Brown.
Yeah, how tall is AJ? Is he up there? I thought
he's like 6'3", 6'4",
okay.
like 290 or whatever he is, but he's huge. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I guess the league's getting Jeremiah Smith next year, and he's going to be the one that everybody's going to want.
He calling him his Makai Lemon, like truly generational talents. And that's what them dudes are, man. Like truly generated. We haven't seen another Fit. I mean, even Fitz, right? Like, and that's the thing with Terry too, not calling him Fitz, but can he adapt and move to the slot and extend his career extra 2 years and play at a high level, similar to what Fitz did? I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, let's go to the next pick. How you feeling about Joshua Joseph, Nick?
Oh, love it. I don't think he did, apparently. I don't know if you saw the video. But I think that's a steal in the draft because he's raw as can be. But that dude he doesn't get a lot of sacks, but he disrupts the ball. And I think that's more important than sacks. Like he causes issues for quarterbacks and for OCs. And that's exactly what we need. And we got actual depth for one, so he can sit there and learn a little bit.
Yep.
He doesn't have to go start day one.
Mm-hmm.
But he might be angry enough that he fell that he might go try to kill a few people. And he's got that ability that he can run and he can move around the line. He doesn't have to come from one side. In college, he was used all over.
Oh, hold on. AJ Brown only 6'1"?
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, like I don't see, and that's my god, like in that, and even because I think we was talking about this Saturday night for a long time. I thought Chase was like 6'3", 6'4". Right? Like,
yeah. I didn't realize Luke McCaffrey's 6'2".
See, so like, I don't know, man. Like we see these wide receivers dominate, and they just look bigger than everybody. When in a sense they're really not. Right? They just better than everybody. Like that's just what it is. They're not bigger than that. They're just better than everybody. Oh man, good pull, DawgTired. Appreciate that. But yeah, Joshua Joseph. Like I think I agree with you, and this is the same thing I felt about Sonny Styles. And the thing with Joshua Joseph is because not only is he have players that have played at a high level in front of him, and we really haven't had that on this team in a long. Like how often? Because I put a tweet out last week about when is the last time somebody actually pushed Terry McLaurin, when is the last time we actually had a player to push any player on our team? Right? Like we just don't have, we've never had that type of depth where we was like, oh yeah, we got somebody that's going to push somebody. But with this squad, I think he's coming into a great situation. You have Owe that's trying to prove that he can be an all-around edge rush, because a lot of people just calling him pass rush. He's not good at against the run, so he has something to prove. You have Dorrance Armstrong, who, you know, he's here. He got hurt, but they brought in 2 guys, right? So he has to prove himself. You got Chase on. Right, he ended up having to take a 1-year deal because he didn't have like a lot of those multi-year deals that was out there for him. So he's coming to prove himself. You got Baptiste. I don't know what he's doing. Like I hope he's whatever he's doing.
I don't think he's going to be on the 50.
Right. We'll see. But like and then you got Joshua Joseph, which my folks, I never trust people with 2 first names, but that's a different thing. But like he has people in front of him that's just not going to make this easy for him, because these guys is trying to extend their careers too. What you think about Joshua Joseph? In the chat, let me know what y'all grades are for Joshua Joseph. What you think the grade is? I mean, what grade are you giving him, Nick? And then Chucky, you tell me what you feel about him.
A B, easy B.
Yeah, that's what I think. And if we were doing minuses and all that, but I think B is right where he should be, because he is raw, right? I think he has a great step. He's a kid that you can develop, and he can end up being something. But us not needing to put him there right away, I think is going to boost his confidence. We can get him in different packages, let him have some fun. Hopefully we can get up a little bit so you can go out there and be in some different packages, you know, have some fun out there, end up becoming a great pass rusher. Drake Jackson, right? We got to see what he's going to be. What you got, Chuck?
Yeah, I got a B also. Man, when we got to this 3rd pick, I was so locked in on corner that I completely forgot.
Yeah.
We didn't really have no edges. But
Yeah.
we did, you know, we needed some youth down there. So when they made the pick, I was like, oh, that's not bad at all, you know? So I was satisfied with it.
Yeah, especially when you learn about him. Like, did you watch him at all, Nick?
Yeah, I saw him in college. I watch a lot of college football.
Yeah.
And I got some Tennessee friends, so definitely saw him play, and I was like, dude's a menace.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. He's got good hands, fast hands. He's just not exactly what would I guess technically sound, or that's not the right word.
Yeah,
he's just raw. He's just raw.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see.
What are some negative things you can probably say about him?
Same thing. He's raw. Like,
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Still raw. How old is he? Let me see. I had this the other day. DawgTired, how old was he? What years he come out? Let DawgTired to do it. Let DawgTired, like that's his job. Clyde, what's up, Clyde? And I think, hold on, Kim asked something. No, Kim, he is like 6 feet. Hilton is like 6. Remember that picture, Kim, when everybody was saying that was Ayuk? That was actually Chris Hilton. And you see how short he was compared to everybody else. He's 6 feet, I think. What's up, Clyde? Hilton Jr. might be a real player. We got to see, man. We got to see. Like, we don't want no nepotism on the squad, right? Like, we already got Sam. Sam Harden is already nepotism.
No, we don't. I guess we're getting to that.
Oh man, Sam might got count his last day. He probably at Jaden house right now looking at tape.
Over with. Sorry.
He probably at Jaden house right now.
Contract, buddy.
We're riding the PR.
Oh, Kim gonna be mad. I know she gonna say so. Oh man. Oh, he's 20. He'll be 22 December.
Yeah, he's young.
So, yeah, he's a young kid. Yeah. All right, Kaytron Allen. Now, before we talk about him, Nick, did you see the comments he made?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh my God. I was like, bro, come on, man.
Hey, I love the arrogance. I guess you kind of gotta like it. I mean, who said it? Was it Breeze that said it? Was like he's already gonna be tested before he even gets there.
Yeah. And like that's the thing. It's like, because a lot of people, when you watch his highlights, you have no, like, you have to be enamored with his highlights, bro. Like the way he run. One of my top 5 favorite players of all times is Mike Allstott, right? So I love that type of running, right? I love that type of brutal running, right? So when I see that, like one of them highlights, he broke like 15 tackles. I don't know how you can do it. And it was lateral, and then he ended up going to vertical upfield, right? So, like, that's the type of stuff that I love from a running back, right? But when he made those comments, who was it, Chuck? Adrian Peterson and who?
Well, no, he said he used to compare himself to Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell, but now he considers himself more like Bijan, I think was the quote.
Oh, bro. Adrian Peterson, Bijan, and Le'Veon Bell, bro. Like, you already put a target on your back because you know Jaden and them is going to clown you, right? Like, once they get around you, they're going to clown you, right? So now this is part of your baggage. At training camp, OTAs, this is going to be part of your baggage. And then if you go out there and you stink up the place during preseason, this is what everybody's going to talk about. He looks more like X and not like X. But outside of that, Kaytron Allen, which I think he is the leading rusher at Penn State, which is great, right? Like, I mean, you got Saquon, you have
there's tons.
Man. It is tons, but I'm thinking somebody like it was somebody really, really good. I forgot who it was, but like, and everybody got over 4,000 yards rushing or something. So that's a big feat in itself. But Penn State pushes out running backs. So I really like this pick. I think he's going to battle for that 3 spot for sure. And this is good. This is a good camp battle. I wasn't sure they was going to go running back outside of Love, but they did, and this absolutely puts McNichols and Ford on notice. So I absolutely think that's going to be a battle. And listen, I don't know, man. Right? Like, he showed some stuff in OTAs in that first preseason game. We might see Bill out there preseason game week 2 playing into the second quarter. You know what I'm saying? And if we do see that, then we know it's a real competition.
I want to see that either way after last season.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think they'll play like starters. Like, I want to see Jaden out there at least a quarter. Not the first game, the second game. I want him out there at least going into the second. I don't want like a screen and like, I want to actually see him out there. A lot of under center stuff. So I want to see those guys out there. But it's going to be something to see if we really have a competition for RB1. Because some people out there that believe that Bill is not RB1, which I like. Like, go out there, let them dudes battle for it. Don't give nobody the job. Let them all fight for it, and we'll see how it works out. But how do you feel about Kaytron Allen, Chuck? Oh yeah, Brock. He compared himself to Adrian Peterson of old, Le'Veon Bell, and then now he said Bijan Robinson. So there you go.
I mean, I like the confidence. I just don't want to have to hit him with the quote. I want to have to hit him with the I was told. You know, I want to hit him with that, but I like the confidence, man. And that's what we need, like, in the locker room. Somebody that got, like, the utmost, where it's not cocky, it's not arrogant, but just a lot of confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Young guy, a lot of confidence. It will spruce up that room a little bit. So I like it. Yeah. I give it like a B-. I
thought we wasn't doing minus.
For the chat.
What you think, Nick?
Well, if he gets to play against Bobby this year, he might look like Bijan for one game. But I don't know. I'd go C. I think he's a classic Big Ten running back. He's a thumper. He's going to have some fun plays like they got up in New York with Scatabo. But I think he complements Bill and White well.
Yeah.
Did we carry 4 running backs last year, or was it just 3?
4. It's always 4, and we activate 3 on game day.
Okay. So then, I would assume it's going to be White, Bill, and then either him and then Ford or McNichols. I think he makes the 53-man roster. So,
okay.
I mean, the negative is he doesn't have any acceleration, but for the NFL speed. But I don't know. I think he can hit people, which I like. I want to see. And we need that
for sure.
Goal line.
Yeah, he said K asked a guy that's made a name for him. So yeah, I mean that's kind of like, what is he supposed to say? Yeah, I'm more like Alpha Morris. Like
I take that.
I mean, but still, like, ain't nobody want to hear that. No, I only watched a little bit, Goose, but Goose says last year he would have been RB1 coming out of. So I haven't watched them, so I don't know why he didn't come out last year. But you watch a lot of Penn State. Oh, that's what it probably was.
I mean, that's what my guess is these days.
Yeah. Because if you're not getting top 10, top 15 as a running back,
he's a slower David Montgomery, I would say. It could be.
Okay.
Could be.
I like David Montgomery.
I do too. And people were saying this could be, we got, the discount Gibbs and Montgomery with Bill and him. So if we get that, I'm thrilled.
All right. Chat, what grade y'all giving Kaytron Allen? Yeah, so Monty not a bad comp. Oh, speaking of Monty, prayers up for Monty Coleman's family. We lost the Redskins great on over this today or yesterday. Yesterday, I believe. And if you watch Riddle Radio, I should cut it up. Forgot to do that. Unc gave a little tribute to him, what he meant to this community during that time that he was there. So prayers up for his family. Yeah, I think he'll be in the rotation. I can't wait, man, bro. I can't wait to the season. Poor question to ask a competitor. You got some B's, got B plus, A minuses in the chat. All right, let's go to our next one, which is
kid out of Michigan State.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, Matt. Is Matt Gubblin, right?
Yeah, Gubblin. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Where's Smoke at? Matt Gubblin. They was calling him Goblin and Gubblin, and I'm like, bro,
it's Gubblin.
Gubblin. It seems easy. It seems easy to me. But finally, we got a center. And we got a really good center, right? A center that played multiple positions. I think the only position he didn't play was left tackle, but I believe he's a natural center that played the other positions because of injury. Do I think he's coming right into camp and being the center? I don't think so, right? I think they're going to slow walk him, get them to learn the offense. Hopefully, he's able to do enough to at least challenge Allegretti for the week 1 snaps, right? I don't know if they're going to do something similar to what they did with Brandon Coleman his first year, have him split snaps, but we got to remember Brandon Coleman was hurt that summer, right? So that's why a major reason why he came in and he split reps at left tackle his first year. I don't think they're going to do that with center. So whoever the center is, I think they're going to know that early enough, because you can't just keep switching centers like every drive, right? You just have to have your guy and you have to roll it because you want your quarterback to be comfortable, especially doing something from what we're expecting to be at a high level, which he's just not used to, and that's being under center. So you don't want to keep switching that thing up. So that might stop the growth of Matt Gubblin for this for the summer and this upcoming year. But that's just something that we're gonna have to see. What you think about him, Nick?
I mean, again, Big Ten center, running back and linemen, if you're getting them from the Big Ten, they're more than likely going to be pretty good. I think he's a good player. Like you said, some injury issues, but I don't think they're much of a concern anymore. I didn't read too much into him, but I think he could challenge him, but I guess you two are probably more the better question because you guys are probably more technically savvy when it comes to football. I don't really see them splitting a center snap like you said. I just don't think that's something you would do in football. So hopefully we see him a ton in the preseason, and that's what we're really going to see. But I like him. I'm not really sold on Allegretti at all in general. So
I don't want him to start at all.
So if this guy is even close to being Allegretti's level, and I don't even if it's within just like, okay, he'll learn by week 3 kind of thing, like we'll be good. I'd like to see who we're playing week 1 and week 2, I guess, first. Like if we're going against some heavy hitters, maybe not. But I think I can see him easily being our starter for the future. I'm mad that we didn't get Logan Jones, but he went in the 2nd round. So
yeah.
I think we got another steal. Again, like I said, I loved AP's day 3. I don't have any huge criticisms for him, like on any of the picks.
Yeah.
DawgTired is our O-line guru, but he's in the chat. Chuck, what you think about Gubblin?
Yeah, I think it was a good pick. Like y'all both been saying, like if this kid can come in and just automatically, learn the scheme and take the reins, I'm perfectly fine with that because that means we end up saving another body on the O-line just in case injuries happen. We got another fresh body we can throw in there, and we don't have to deal with Allegretti or, Lord forbid, Coleman being at center, But if he can come in, take the job, and he seems like a pretty strong, stout kid. So, not kid, grown man, but strong, stout player, and that's what we need on the O-line because as we saw last year, freaking Biotis was getting thrown into the backfield, into the quarterback's lap.
Which was the Packers game.
Yeah, so we need a strong, stout center and fast, but the kind of play that we're going to be doing, even though we're going away from the muddle huddle or whatever, we're definitely going to need a center that's good with the play action and good with probably audibling, changing up the line pickups and the line scheme. So I like the pick.
So I have this is Ken Johansson. I don't know if y'all follow Kim, great follow. And he knows a ton of college. This I have his last one from this was yesterday morning. But since then, I'm trying to look for we picked up like a 6'7" dude, right? I think we signed, I think it's only for tryouts though. It was a 6'7" guy.
They didn't sign him.
No, it was just for tryouts. So like you have him. We also have the Tonga kid.
I've seen a lot of people like him.
Yeah, he's also undrafted, but I think he has some injuries too. And Tim McKay from last year. He also had injuries in college because he was considered a midday pick and he had injuries. He ended up being undrafted. He didn't play at all last year. They kind of set him on the shelf. So we're gonna see a lot of him. I think our offensive line could be one of the best in the league if we can put everything together. I think it's gonna have some good battles over the summer. We're not gonna see a lot of Laramie, so y'all need to get used to it. But as far as everyone else, because he really doesn't need it in that sense, right? I think the most important thing for him is to get the reps in practice, right? To get these, we're probably not gonna see him at all in the preseason, but it's good to see the other guys, right? And see what they can do and move them around, different things like that. So I'm very interested to see what this looks like because I think Cosme after this year could be up for an extension. I think he got 2 years left on that deal from a couple of years ago. So, I mean, he's kind of in a contract year in a sense, even though it's not. A lot of people thought Payne was in a contract year last year, but we're not going backwards. We're going forward, right? So what do you grade this as, Nick?
I go B with a ton of upside. I don't really, again, it's the end of the 6th round. Like if you can get that, it's a steal. It's great. If not, we got depth on the O-line, which is even more important in my opinion. Like, because after seeing last year, the depth is much needed on this team, no matter what the position is.
Sure.
And I think he could be starter by week 4, if not sooner. I think he's smart enough to do it. He's built already like an NFL lineman, so I don't see why not, especially with who he's competing against. It's not like he's going in there against the top 10 center of the league.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I think it's not an outside chance, absolutely an inside chance. But yeah, the injuries a little like I always kind of go lower on the grade when there's injuries involved. But what about you, Chuck?
I'm giving him a B also. Great pick. Hopefully he can put in the work and definitely take over on the line. And that saves us, like I said, another spot.
Mm-hmm. All right, who we got next?
Well, like you said, Kim's not gonna be happy.
Try that one. How do you pronounce? I just did 8th and Madness. Like I'm not even gonna try it, right? Like,
isn't it?
I don't know what it is, right? I don't know. Kim, is he cute? Kim, is he enough for you?
If you look up high school quarterback, that's who shows up.
Oh yeah,
Ethan Calicamanus or whatever.
Yeah, that's close enough. That's close enough. Nobody at guard or center can check Jalen Carter. No, like a lot of people.
Yeah, but
can't.
A lot of guys can't.
Yeah, exactly. Kim said no. He's not cute enough. Okay, all right, Kim. All right, so this is the thing. Okay, so Doctor, how many quarterbacks went after him in the draft? Was it 2 drafted after him or 1? I know it was at least 1 drafted, and I know like 5 signed undrafted free agent contracts like within the hour. So what I think happened with this pick is that they understood that Adam Peters understood that, and instead of trying to bid with another team for him as an undrafted free agent, I think he decided let's just draft him now, right? Because he understood a lot of teams is going to be looking at a lot of these quarterbacks that are still on the board, right? Because matter of fact, Nussenmeyer went after him, right?
Yeah, 2 guys went after him.
Yeah. So it was 2 guys drafted after him. About 5. Okay, yep. Key said 2. Thanks, Key. So I knew there were a ton of quarterbacks that went after him. So they was like, listen, we just going to take the guy that's higher on our board at this point and just get him on this roster. And everything else that we may need, and as an undrafted free agent, we'll go after it. Because one thing that Adam has done over the last into this third year is he spend money on undrafted free agents. I think Sam Hartman was the highest paid UDFA, and I think Owens last year was one of the highest paid UDFAs last year. So he's not afraid to spend money, but he probably didn't want to have to worry about doing that with Manning. So for that, that's what I think this is all about, right? Newmark came out there yesterday. He said, look, we're always looking at quarterbacks. You always want to cook, because Sam just is not it, Nick. He's not. Like, I don't understand why people were upset that they brought in somebody else to play over him. They're like, why we ain't gonna see what Sam had? Because Sam has absolutely nothing.
He's got no arms.
Right. No, even in college, he didn't have anything. Right. So you bring in this guy, you don't know what's going on with Mariota. You know, he's here on another 1-year deal. I think he's going to be a oneer for the rest of his career. Is that what you want to do? Even if you do keep him, you know, you have this quarterback, someone that you can develop, because they say, like Brandon was telling me, that, you know, with clean pockets, he's a really good quarterback with clean pockets, right? But that's something rare in the NFL. That's the old NFL, right? So you have to be able to move a little bit. But outside of that, it's a good developmental pick. And listen, man, like we always, like you hear on the timeline, why can't we have somebody that teams will want when their players go down? Right? Like we've never had really someone that another teams wanted that we could say, oh, we developed this guy and we just flipped him. Right? We always want to do that. So when they set up a situation where that could be possible, everyone crashes out about it.
Kirk Cousins. I guess that's the only one.
Nah, he was drafted to start.
Yeah.
He was drafted to start. Like we drafted 2 quarterbacks to start. But yeah, so how you feeling about this pick, and what did you see from him in school, Nick?
I think he's a great pocket passer. Oh, no, okay. Let me rephrase that. He's a good pocket passer. I think a lot of people have to realize that not every 7th round pick is going to be Bill. Also, like you're not going to get a starter in the 7th round you're not going to get a Brock Purdy every single time. And I think people also have to realize that when you're drafting a QB that late, when you have a Jaden Daniels, you're not drafting someone who could start in 3-4 years from now. Like Nussmeier, it was a projected top 5, top 10, even number 1 overall on some people's boards going into the season. Like I don't know if you necessarily want that as your backup. Like, because you have to, when you're a backup QB, it's a totally different mindset. You've got to understand that you're basically the OC's best friend. I guess nowadays you don't really see it as much, but it seems like back then it just used to be you'd have a headset on and that you were basically another coach. You've got to have that mentality. And I don't know if Nussmeier's also got some injuries, but I don't think he has that mentality necessarily yet. Seeing as he's coming from LSU, you know, he was the guy, blah, 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 blah. Whereas this guy's coming from Rutgers. He was at Minnesota before. And I think he's smart, and that's what you need from him, is somebody who can understand the playbook, can help Jaden, can perform well in practice, help the defense out, and can come in when you need him to. Hopefully we don't need him to this year, but maybe in 2 or 3 years, he can be a Colt McCoy. He can be a very good backup. And that's what we need. Someone smart who can play the position when he has to for 2 to 3 games.
News break. I know this is from earlier today, but we did get our kicker, Drew Stevens. Shout out to Drew Stevens.
Go Hawkeyes! Let's go, baby!
Finally got us a kicker. I'm excited about that. Like, right?
I wouldn't get too excited.
Did they actually sign? I ain't a big time kid. Did they actually sign him? Oh, they just invited rookie man in camp.
Well, he'll make it. That dude's got a leg. He can. I mean, we were trying to kick 70 yards with him this year in Iowa.
Okay, and they say, oh, he was the number 3 kicker on the draft board. Okay, so maybe he will get.
He is what's his name out of Niners? Moody or whatever.
Yeah, we got Jake Moody.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be there. Drew Stevens is gonna steal that job.
And somebody tweeted me, right? Because they know how hard I've been on a kicker these last 2 years in the draft. # kicker in the 7. Somebody said nickname DS dead straight, and I almost lost my mind. Okay, I was like, bro, Are you serious? Is that it? They was like, nah, that's like they call. I say, bro, if they call him dead straight, like he is on like cut Jake Moody right now. Cut
No,
Jake Moody right now.
unfortunately not. He's closer to who's the guy out of Virginia Tech that we had as a kicker who could kick it a mile but then would miss like a 30-yarder here and there.
Kim, what's his name? Kim. He's a 4-letter last name, right? I forgot that kid name. Kim knows, she's a VT fan. All right, but
he's a very good
go
kicker. Very good kicker.
Yeah.
Watched him for 3 years now.
I'm excited. Like he needs to make this team. But Chuck, what you think about the Manners pick, Chuck?
I finally got what I asked for. It back a couple months ago. I said, hey man, if we don't do the kicker thing in the 7th, let's go quarterback. And look where we are. We got a quarterback. I can find. Hey, Sam, I hope you got Calvin Klein, Gucci, all them folks' numbers in your phone, because that's where you headed. Maybe start a podcast, whatever. I just need a quarterback season where we can finally evaluate, like where they can get the ball to a wide receiver, and we can do some evaluating during the preseason, bro. Like, I got so tired of like watching Sam not even be able to get the ball off. Like, hopefully this kid, I'm gonna go back and do some research on him, but hopefully he can at least get the ball by a wide receiver, you know?
Yeah.
So I like it.
All right. So let me ask y'all this. This is a concern that I have. He has a total opposite skill set as Mariota and Jaden. Does that concern you all?
No. For a backup, I don't think so.
Runner.
Oh, Joey Sly. That's what you talk about.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so.
No.
Because this is my thing with that, right? Because Blau ain't got time to be trying to teach 2 different offenses.
I don't think he has to though, because he was that kind of quarterback. Like that's who he's going to be coaching himself. Like.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's actually a great point. It's actually a great point. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, is he going to lean more into that, or is he going to lean more into trying to get Jaden outside of the pocket? Right. That's going to be the interesting thing. I don't think we're going to stop RPOs. Right.
We better not.
Yeah, so I think like what was successful last year or over the last couple of years, I think that'll still be part of the offense. So let me ask you this: can Manners run the RPO?
I'd have to dive more into his film. I mean, he probably could to a lesser extent than obviously Jaden. But again, I think when backup come in, it's going to be a simplified playbook anyways. It's going to be don't make mistakes and just don't lose games, pretty much, is what his job is.
To one of these 3 running backs.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's what we want. Well, and 5 is a pocket passer. Like, let's not forget, like he's literally a pocket passer.
What he is.
But I don't want to make him strictly.
Of course.
Like everybody's like, we got to keep him in the pocket. I'm like, no, just make him run smarter. Move. Stop with the elbow, the flying arms.
But Jaden runs out of necessity, anyways, and that
he does. Yeah,
like
that's the difference between him and a guy
down the field. So
that's the difference between him and a guy up north. And I'm not talking about northeast. I'm talking about central. But yeah, if he got a clean pocket, I did see some of that. I didn't watch a lot, but I did see when he has some good arm talent. He does when he has a clean pocket. So we'll see what that looks like. But I'm not upset at him. Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I'm talking about preseason. That's all I'm talking about. All the time I want to see him is absolutely in the preseason. All right.
18.
I don't really have a lot on the undrafted guys, but I know Emba is huge. Like that's a huge dude. The D tackle. We got to see what that looks like. Who else?
I like the corner out of Northwestern. I think that's a sneaky good signing.
And he's not related to tight end Fred Davis, FYI, for those of you who
no, he is not.
Try to make it a Nepo hire. He's not. And I was thinking about that too. I was like, man, Fred Davis ain't that old. Like he got a 20-something-year-old already. But hey. But did you watch him at all? Because I don't really have anything on him.
I mean,
right
just
now.
when because he wasn't at Northwestern the whole time, was he? Wasn't he somewhere?
No,
else?
he's a transfer.
He's bounced around. He's like transferred like 4 or 5 times, I think. I saw him a little bit this year. I think he's good. With good coaching, I think he could easily be a depth piece.
Okay. Dustin, what you think? Dustin is in the chat. Dustin, what you think about Fred Davis? We know about the second. We know about Chris Hilton. Robert Henry, right? I watched a little bit. He's also a thumper. The running back from Texas San Antonio. A lot of people like the Malik Spencer kid. I don't know too much about him. And to Noah, the offensive guard. I don't know. I haven't dived too much into these guys yet. So, oh yeah, that's the UNLV wide receiver, right? Oh, let me see. Yeah, we did get a UNLV wide receiver, the DawgTired team. Yeah. So what about him, DawgTired? What you got on him? You put in the chat, and I'll bring it out when we talk about it. All right. So leaving this draft, let me ask you this, Nick and Chuck, right? Cornerback and safety. What are you most disappointed that we did not draft?
Well, Caleb Downs, but it was him. I like Sonny Styles, so I missed that with y'all. But him going to the Cowboys hurts. But I guess they like Quan, and they're not giving up on Mikey yet. It was what the draft told me.
Yeah. For sure.
I think it's a mistake not giving up on Quan, but DQ seems to like him.
Mm-hmm. Quan. But you know what? So, Chuck, one interesting thing, right, about Quan. Remember, Quan was benched last year toward the end of the year. Remember, like he was benched because Revo started playing more.
Yep, sadly.
Right. Even one game, even one game last year. I mean, I think he only got like 10 snaps at one point last year. This is when Witt was going through his on-field, off-field stuff. He was mad at Quan. So I'm not sure how much faith they have in Quan. But I will say when it comes to Mikey, I absolutely think that they have a lot of faith in Mikey.
I mean, he led the team in interceptions. So it was all you.
Yeah, that's true.
You produce.
I mean, giving up.
Given how you given how it was whatever. Interceptions are interceptions. Yes, he did give up a lot of touchdowns. Can that be fixed? Yes. I believe it can be fixed. Again, I've given Mikey grace. I just found out they're bringing another animal on the farm. So
come on, bro. Are you serious?
Yeah, sorry. I've been on TikTok too much, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, they get another animal. I'll let y'all know what kind of animal it is, whatever.
It better not be a horse or anything.
Yeah, I think it's a horse, honestly.
Oh, gosh.
They showed this day. I think it's a horse. So
that's so much time.
Yeah, we'll just have to see, man. But
he was doing something else the other day. I meant to send it to you, Chuck. What was he doing the other? I know he put it out a workout video. He did put a workout video out.
His baby girl playing soccer, so he's doing the whole. Just a lot.
Fine with that. That I'm okay with. I could care less, but the farm. Oh my God, dude!
It's a lot going on, man. I'm not gonna lie.
And then him being at the Wizards game, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Doing the camcorder jump, like, bro, like, all right, yeah, we all got to look at Davis. We did bring in a safety, Kim. We brought in the safety. 6'3", 206 led the team. This is Jaden.
He's 6'4", 6'5". He's 6'3". Okay.
Yeah, led the team in receptions and receiving yards. He had 19 yards, 116, 1 yards per UNV.
I did see a lot of him.
Okay, what you think about him?
Because I was a fan of Anthony Calandria when he was at UVA right here. I live in Charlottesville. So I watched him play over it when he transferred to UNLV, and that kid is a good wide receiver. I get it's UNLV, but it's a lesser. But I think he can play in the pros. He's got good hands. He runs not like great routes, but he's a good route runner. And he's got size, which I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But we are pretty deep though in the wide receiver room with a lot of mid. That sounds a bad thing, but it'll be a tough team for him to make, I think, as an undrafted guy. Because I don't know, man.
He might be Mo Harris 4.0, and everybody falls in love with him. right? Like we always got a Mo Hurst on the roster in the summer, so maybe he's going to be that guy to be making outstanding catches during the summer. But for you, Chuck, cornerback or safety, which one are you most that you want to come out of this draft with?
I want in the corner, man.
Yeah.
I want in the corner. Like I said, I wasn't even focused when we got to our third pick. I was focused on the corner. I was like, okay, we got wide receiver, so we immediately going to bounce the corner. And that didn't happen. But I mean, I have a vision of how the defense is going to look. Is it going to come to fruition? I just don't know. I hope it does. That's our best case. Our best case scenario right now is that our D line is just a monster, and our linebackers can get right, and then that way the corners can just figure it out. Because I'm not asking much. I'm asking you just to stay with the guy for like 2-3 seconds, please. While we go back, just do your best.
Realistically, do you think we could be a top 15 or even a top 10 unit this year? Realistically,
it really depends.
Yeah, defense.
Yeah.
I have my prediction is like a top 12.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all this, bro. When did we start doing top 12s? When did that start? When did top 12 start? Yeah, like
I guess it's the top third of the league.
I wasn't done. I was saying top 12, creeping into the top 10, whatever.
You know, I think it's really going to depend on our edge rushers. Like, are we how quickly can we get to the quarterback? Like, what can Durante dial up pre-snap? What are we going to look like pre-snap? Are we going to look like we don't know what we about to do pre-snap, or are we going to look confident? Like, that's what it's going to depend on. Because last year pre-snap, like watching them live, bro, it just looked horrible. It just looked like they just ain't know what they was doing, bro.
Statues in the linebacking core.
Yeah. Gerard, what's up? Gerard BTV's also YouTube, new up and comer. Go check it out. Good work, great graphics, great talk. And that's the thing, bro. Like this, I'm not even. So look, everybody in the chat, YouTube, Nick, like get ready. Next week we're gonna start our road to 53. Right? Hopefully we'll have a better count of our 90-man Monday, and we're gonna look at all 90. We're gonna do our road to 53, and we're gonna move it, every Monday or whatever. So we're going out on our road to 53. We're going to start on our road to 53 next week. Probably start with defense Monday. I'm not putting him on. A lot of people have him on the roster right now. Like I just like, for me, I'm waiting. Like I can't do that yet. Right. I can't. What about y'all? Y'all got him? No. Gerard said he was too early. That's all good. All good, bro.
No. I think they like Burks more than they're letting on.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. He's high with me too. I like Burks.
He had that one catch, and I was like, that's number one talent right there doing that.
Yeah.
And I think if he can stay healthy, because he's another guy that just, he stubs his toe and he misses a game. When you have a hangnail this year.
Yeah. That don't come out of nowhere. He couldn't go to Madrid.
So I think I'm fine with our receiver core this year. I'm good on Ayuk. I don't need that mess.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Niners let him go anytime soon.
Nah. I mean, they can hold him all the way up to a couple weeks before the season opener. The week before, when they got to pay him that when his contract become guaranteed. So they can be real petty. But I think if they don't do it post June, I think some people might. I think NFL might send an email to them or something, right?
Yeah, but they can say, they
can, but I mean, it's not going to be an official email, right?
But I'll get leaked.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're gonna do the road to 53 starting on Monday. All right, so how the team is currently now, from what we know about this roster, what's the strongest position group? What's the weakest position group? Just based on for the college players, their projection, coming out of college, and the players' projection that we brought in as free agents, off last year, based off last year going into this year. What do you all think on paper the strongest and the weakest position group? And we start with you, Nick.
Does QB count?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So
Absolutely
weakest, I'm going our corners, our secondary. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going corners.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, bro,
I'm not sold on Amos yet. Like he got
yeah,
hurt
I was saying the same
last
thing.
year.
I would say the same thing. I don't say it too often because I don't,
I like him. I think he
but
could be
yeah,
great, but I haven't seen
yeah.
enough yet.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen some great reps from him. I will say I've seen some great reps from him, but he still has some learning curves. And he got hurt. But that's why that's another reason why I was surprised they didn't go corner. But when it comes, but I agree with you, right? Because again, Mikey and Amik, right? Farmer Mike and YN Amik. Both of them was top 5 in yards given up, and they were top 5 in touchdowns given up. Both of those guys are competing for 2 starting spots, where the winner of the spot is also going to create a loser of the other spot. And I am not comfortable with that, but it seems like they are. So here we are. All right, Chuck, what's your weakest position group?
Weakest. Yeah, I gotta tag along with corner, man. I just don't. And I think the guys will bounce back. Like Amos would have had a pick last year if Trey Harris, Will Harris.
I remember that one.
But I have faith, but they are just the weakest link right now. I'm sorry. They're just what they are. And strongest, y'all might call me crazy, but I'm gonna go linebacker.
I was gonna say the same exact thing.
I
was gonna say the same
and
exact
that
thing.
linebacker list is long. I have no idea what we're gonna do.
Man, you can do so much with that
Like
front.
I don't know how we're gonna keep all of them.
I thought we were gonna trade Luvu. I'll be honest.
That's what I started thinking that too, but damn.
But I don't know, man. You're not getting a third for, and then like next year's draft. Yeah, but like not this year's draft, right? Like that's why, like with him and Payne, if you're not getting a third for either one of them, I don't know. Like, and you're not getting that for next year, absolutely not. But on the flip side of, I think it benefits us for him to be on the team. I mean, contract year, he had a down year last year after being All Pro, top 100 the year before. He got a lot to play for, man. And I like people. Sometimes we get upset at contract years when they actually perform and you got to pay them. But during it, while they are performing, I love it, right? Like, but I think Clyde. So I don't know. You play spades, Nick? I know Chuck said you don't play spades. You don't play spades, Nick?
I have, yeah. I mean,
no, you don't. I don't.
My parents, when I'm with them, they try to get me to play, and they take my money.
So, like, out of all the 6 cornerback rooms, bro, I'll have to go board, right? Because I think it's like 1 in 3 possibles, right? Like, I will have to go board because of the fact that, like, this comment from Clyde, we might have all depth pieces. I mean, outside of Amos, I think Amos is a starter, regardless what type of starter he's going to be.
We have our bbackups in the
right.
corner.
So like, I mean, even with Mikey, like if we bring in we brought in a corner, we would have had a chance to bring Masso the lane. We already putting them at over Mikey, like already if we brought him in, right? So I absolutely go with y'all, man. With the cornerback room, can they bounce back? I hope they can bounce back, right? Do I think they can? Yes, I think Durante, he talked a lot about that robber spot with Mikey at Michigan. And Mikey is he's so better. Let me ask you this. And Durante talked about this too, and this is what Mikey did at Michigan. This is why he was all Big Ten. I think he was player of the game in a championship game. And he's he's better when everything is in front of him, right? That's why he's always 10, 12 yards off the football. Would you all move him to free safety?
No, I get rid of Quan.
I think he's too short, man.
Is he? I thought it was Earl Thomas.
Yeah, but Earl Thomas is Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal.
We seen Mikey in the run game, like, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him come up a few times too. Like, he's not scared.
But at the end of the day, like, you always I don't know about safety, man. Like, maybe in some packages, sure. Like I don't know, like a freaking goal line package or something. Like, you throw him out there as an extra DB.
He'll raise his squad. I love it.
Maybe
no, we're
like
not doing Raz, Cliff. You know, I
um,
don't allow Raz on this show, Cliff.
like a 3rd and 24, you throw him out there as free safety.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what it looks like. All right, strongest. What's the strongest position group?
I'm with him. I'm with Chuck. I think linebacker room, which is crazy to say.
Yeah,
O-line is up there too, but we still got some question marks there with like Coleman and such.
So say, where you at, Chuck? He about to be on when he do his Chuck going. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he not. I don't know. Chuck.
No,
Chuck
it ain't gonna be. It's gonna be quick.
Yeah, we don't do Raz on this show, Gerard. I don't do the Raz. Oh, I did want to ask you all this before we go, and Nick, absolutely appreciate you chopping up, man. Anytime, man, you can come chop it up with us anytime. Chris Hilton took some DB snaps at his pro day. Like, what do you all think about that?
I mean, I'm not against it just because, like we've just been talking about for the past 5 minutes, is if anybody can play corner, just sign them up. Because anything just to push the guys in the locker room to be like, I don't want Mikey being comfortable back there.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
he's got nothing to worry about.
6 feet. How tall was Dunbar?
I mean, Mikey's 5'10", which is
no, I'm talking about Hilton. Hilton 6 feet.
6 feet.
Well, yeah, Mikey is 5'10", but I ain't trying to have all them shit. Like, come on,
man.
That's a different thing.
I saw Mikey in person, I thought he was the same height.
Yeah, he's not 5'10", bro. He's not 5'10".
He's everything of 5'9", like everything.
Yeah.
And
that's what cleats on top on concrete.
Yeah, I'm 5'7". I was like looking him straight in the face. So. Actually,
I don't know, man. Dunbar did. I don't think we're gonna see. I mean, he is athletic enough, so I mean, we'll see what this rookie mini camp looks like. But outside,
when do OTAs and everything start?
I think rookie mini camp is this week or next week. I think that's first.
And then when are like the official?
Then we got some couple OTA dates in May. We got a mandatory one in June. Then they take like a month off and then training camp.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think we got another. We got rookie mini camp. Right after that is when I think it's another voluntary camp when the vets join the rookies, and then there are 2 mandatory ones. I think
it's like middle of July is when everything really starts.
Yeah. Well, the end of July, beginning of August, when everybody starts coming back.
All right. Well, July better be date.
I mean, the beginning of July.
Yeah, June better be date night every night for Luvu. I don't want to see.
Yeah. Like, bro, like that's like, like, look. I know you said you cool with Mikey taking his kids out, but me and Chuck got a theory. When the season starts, like, bro, you marry a NFL player. Right, like you got to call the extra.
I got no problem right now with it. I don't need to see it during the season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Like it's time to lock in. Like, no date nights for you, Lou. I don't want to keep seeing your backyard. Real nice, real pretty backyard. Got the fireplace out there. All that. Look, I don't need to see that. You and her out there. I don't need to see that. Like, you need to lock in. Yeah, rookie made it. May 8th. Oh, that's 2 weeks from now. Oh, that's
next week, right?
No, week after next.
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, that's week after next. Yeah. All right, cool. Guess they gotta graduate and do all that other good stuff.
No, May 8th is next week.
Let me look at my calendar. Oh, that's next Friday. Oh, it's at the end of next week. Okay. All right, so it's next weekend. All right, got you.
I guess it's only Monday. Sunday. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Dang, we can't get in there. Dang.
You can't get in that jump.
I'm gonna miss all the training camp stuff.
All right, we'll get up out of here. Again, Nick, man, thank you so much for joining, man. You invited to come on anytime, man. Appreciate your insight. And I didn't know you was like, college football like that. So I absolutely appreciate it. Got another person I can reach out to.
This draft, I learned a lot of our fans do not watch college football. Their reactions to things. I was like, come on, people.
That's right. All right, here are all the lists right here. May 27, 29, OTA, since I got June 9, like mandatory mini camp June 16 through 18. So we might not see Tunsil for sure until June 16th. But one of the ones that I'm looking for is Payne, because I think he's the only one that may do the whole contract thing. But he actually
hold in, right?
Yeah, last time that's what he did. The last time he did a hold in. So we'll see. But Dorrance and all of Louvu, all those other guys, I think they'll be in the building because they got a lot to prove. They ain't got time.
Terry can get him a hoodie.
Yeah, and Unc said you did a nice job, Nick. So that's a high compliment coming from Unc. It's a high
Well,
compliment
this is what I
coming
used to
from Unc.
do, so I appreciate having me on.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We'll hook up, man. But yeah, thanks, Nick, so much, man. Thank you for joining, man. We will see you on the other side.
I'll see you in the chat. Yes.
Yeah,
and then
there it
sometime
is.
on here again, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So that is about it. Those are all of the grades. And when it comes to the rest of the league, the rest of the media outlet, we got tons of great grades, Chuck, like from all of the outlets. PFF, PFSN, Bleacher Report, blah blah blah, like all of them. It was none of them was lower than the B. I mean, you had the hater ones, which was with like NFC East rival dudes who gave us a C- and all that other stuff, but C+. But all of those ones, man, they gave us all great. I mean, CBS, NFL, a lot of folk. I mean, even when you talked about what team got better over the offseason and in the draft, like we got a lot of high remarks. A lot of people were saying this is the best draft that he's had. Analytics is pointing to this is the best draft that he's had. But again, he has to we have to win, right? We have to show the development. The 2024 draft is a big year for them. This is a big year for his first draft. We had the most picks. Ben Sinnott, Coleman, Mikey, like all of those. You guys, McGee, it's time for you guys to perform. This is a big year for them in year 3. So outside of that, we appreciate y'all. We got a lot of content coming this week. We got a couple draft analysts that's joining the show. We have some OSU beat reporters that's going to join the show to talk about the Sonny Styles pick, and we got some beat reporters from some of the other schools, and we got to reach out to more. That's going to be joining the show this week, next week. So be on the lookout for that for this week. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to post some things. We might not be going live because a lot of these interviews, we have to do those on their time. Outside of that, next week, next Monday, like the Commanders draft show. Last show was Sunday. It was a great show. Great draft season. I think we ran 8 or 9 shows talking about every position group. We only got 2 of the people we actually talked about out of this draft. So shout out to Radar, shout out to Smoke. Got a couple of those guys. And Joseph was actually Radar on his list. So shout out to Radar for getting that. Because last year we got who we get last year? I forgot what player we got last year. So outside of that, that's what that is. We're going to start our road to 53 on Monday. So remember, get your road to 53 together. Get your position groups together because I want to see y'all in the chat. We're going to start with defense, and we're going to go straight to the secondary, right? They go straight to the secondary. Clyde said he nailed Kaytron, and everyone hating on Payne. Nick said, except that one bum. Unction Payne his job, honey. He be here. He be there. So we'll see. So hopefully, I think he was fishing again the other day. So we'll see if he come off the lake and he actually come to OTA. So we'll see. All right, man. Chuck, we got news and corner or just corner?
Yeah, we got both. Quick.
All right.
Quick.
All right. Let's get up with some riddle news. Oh, I need to go under the. I don't have the corner in this one. Let's see. Or just throw it up. Which one we doing for? Yeah, you just go. I'm gonna hit riddle news and you throw the thumbnail up. All right, riddle news of the day.
It's now time for riddle news of the day.
All right, riddle news of the day. First thing we got is the box office smash hit, the movie Michael, starring Michael's nephew Jafar Jackson. Getting a lot of great reviews from all communities, all across the world, basically. I believe the opening numbers, I don't want to lie to y'all, I think it was 2.17 million, I believe, was the opening number. I had a picture of it, but I lost it. But I believe it was around that same breaking number. It outscored, I believe, Sinners. So those are the latest 2 movies to generate those kind of numbers in the last couple of years. I actually went and saw the movie myself, Very good movie. I recommend if you're gonna go to one of the earlier showings. Don't go at 10:15 p.m. like I did, because it is a long movie. I think I didn't get out to like 12:30, close to 1 o'clock. But it is a good movie. Very you gotta pay attention to the actual like family details and what's going on. But I won't say anything else because I want y'all to go watch it. But it is a good movie. Definitely deserves the rating that it is getting. Deuce, you gonna see this or you seen anything about it?
I'll probably see it when it comes on the streaming apps.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. I think Caesar just said in the chat 218 million. I thought it was 254. I don't know why that number is in my head, 254. But shout out to them, man. Like we saw that early rating of Rotten Tomatoes, like 7%, whatever that was. The fan reaction on Rotten Tomatoes blew that out the water, 97%. So I absolutely love this movie. Love the reaction from this movie. And one thing I noticed, they was on what's her name? The singer that won American Idol. Did they come dancing down the hallway?
Jennifer
Hudson show. And usually when people come, they dance, do this and that. So when they came down, I was like, oh yeah, he about to do something. He didn't do no Michael Jackson stuff.
No.
Like he was very humble. He just, bowing to the side, whatever. He didn't do. I said, man, that seemed like a very humble kid. And he went, and because he doesn't want this to define him. Right. So I get that part. Right. So that to me, showing that, knowing what we've heard about the Jackson family is very interesting. Right. For him not to because he could have, right? Like he could have went viral or whatever. But just listen to a lot of the interviews, listening to his dad about all the work that he put in, how he wanted to make it seem like he wasn't copying Michael, but he was actually just learning Michael, right? And I thought that was great because if did you see the cut up with the side by sides of Thriller?
Yeah,
bro, it's insane.
Man, when you watch the movie, it's gonna be some scenes where you're like, wow.
That's him, right? I don't know where the conspiracy theorists are, but
no, he definitely put the work in to like.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate that, Nick, for gifting someone the community badge. Appreciate that. And all of y'all that's not yet, if you want to support the channel, absolutely help us. Appreciate it. Just check out the community link. It's pinned to the top of the chat and YouTube. You also can do super chats and all that other good stuff if you would like to. If not, that's cool too, because you've been here chopping it up. A like, a subscribe, a comment, all of that absolutely helps too. But yeah, shout out to Michael. Can't wait. And I heard like at the end of it, I watching the ending because people was talking about the ending because they said it's gonna be another Michael, right? Somebody did a drink and they ended it. They said at the end of Avengers, it had Michael Jackson appearing in the next Avengers. You seen that?
All right, moving on. Last thing for the news, we got Anthony Joshua is returning to fighting.
I saw that.
Yep, as you know, he did go through a car accident that situation, but he is scheduled to return to fighting in July with a fight against Christian Peringa in Riyadh. That's Saudi Arabia, I believe. So, and this is supposed to be the warm up for him and Tyson Fury signed a contract for another fight. So there will be another fight between him and Tyson Fury, but this is going to be the first fight in July against Christian Peringa. So shout out to Anthony Joshua for bouncing back, getting his mind right. Definitely can't wait to see how he performs in that fight in July.
Yeah, for sure, because it looked bad.
Man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got for the news. Unless you got anything.
Yeah, I got one thing. I saw it's probably AI, but I think that'd be a dope movie. They had a movie trailer for San Andreas.
Oh man, that was.
Yeah, I know it's probably AI, but it was like I was like, oh yeah, I would love that, bro.
I do have for y'all.
That's probably another Menace to Society or something. Menace to Society meets New Jersey Drive. But yeah, go ahead.
Cooper Flag is your 2026 Rookie of the Year.
Oh boy.
So
shout out to Cooper, man. Shout out to Cooper.
shout out to Cooper Flag.
All right, that is Riddle News of the Day. Next up is Chuck's Corner.
It is now time for Riddle News of the Day.
All right, moving on. Let me get these. Let me bring myself up here. Oh boy, I need to move myself out the way. Nope, that's too big. I don't need to be looking at me the whole time. All right. You know what? We're just going to take myself off. So I'll figure it out. Anyways, all right. Welcome to the corner where we talk about a little bit of anything and everything. I'm not going to be before y'all long today because
I could do it. Go ahead. You can put it back up. I'll fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, just put it up. I'll fix it. Yeah, go ahead. You can talk.
All right. But yeah, I don't have much for y'all today. We're just going to go over a couple of these preseason games that happened over the weekend. We had the opening preseason game. As you see, we had Indiana. They beat the New York Liberty, which I sort of thought was going to be a super team. Granted, they do not have all of their players suited up and healthy yet. They didn't play in the preseason. So Indiana did end up getting the dub, but it was just preseason, as some people will say. But we did see a bunch of good things. For all my South Carolina fans, Raven Johnson did put up a good performance. I believe she had about, 8 assists, 0 turnovers. So that's good for her. Moving on, we got the Nigeria team who's actually playing right now. They ended up losing to the LA Sparks. And then we had the revamped Chicago Sky with Skylar Diggins, Rakia Jackson, Camila Cardoso, Lazura Stevens, and Haley Van Lith also on that team. They ended up losing to the Phoenix Mercury. Kalia Copper started out really hot. She ended the first quarter with about 16 points, I believe. Haley Van Lith for the Chicago Sky also had a good game. She ended with about 20 points. So that's real exciting for that franchise to see that good performance from her. Moving on, other slates that happened this weekend. Minnesota, who is also playing right now, they ended up beating that Young Mystics team 77-66. The Mystics team got a lot of good viewings from Cody McMahon, Lauren Betts, a lot of good stuff. Again, a bunch of their starters weren't playing either. Sonia Centron did play. Georgia Amore, who was hurt last year due to a ACL or Achilles injury, she came back, had a good showing also. So it's a lot of promise in that Young Mystics team. But they ended up losing in this preseason. Seattle Storm with Flaw J. Johnson, they ended up losing to the Golden State Valkyries. That was a pretty good game all around, pretty even squads, a bunch of new faces. And then to end it off last night, Japan ended up losing to the Las Vegas Aces. And no, Asia Wilson did not play, but a bunch of their rookies got to play also. The game that's going on right now, I can give you guys a score update for, is the Minnesota Lynx versus the Nigeria team. Now, last time I checked, Minnesota was actually losing, but they are winning now 58-63. So they decided after halftime to get themselves together and mount a comeback. Now, the Lynx is the team that Olivia Miles was drafted to. They also have Courtney Williams and Cheyenne Sellers, I believe. So they're putting in work right now. They're in the third quarter, about a minute left. If you want to go catch that game, you do need the WNBA app. It's a whole new thing going on with it. It's the WNBA ID. You'll have to sign up for that. But right now, all the preseason games are free, and it's a bunch of games left throughout the week. Last thing I will leave you guys with, should I talk about it now? I'm talking about that Thursday. UFL stuff. We can cross that bridge on Thursday. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all. Remember, if you finish kicking it at the lab, you can always come down and kick it with us at the corner. We got a lot of stuff coming up, y'all. I'm about to really get to work. Next Monday, I'm going to go over my teams. Thursday, I'll give y'all my teams for the season. Next Monday, we'll go over some players that I think, like MVP races, most improved, stuff like that. And then I'm going to do some IRL content because I'll be going to a couple of the games. And just stay tuned. But yeah, thank y'all.
And there you have it. That is the Chuck's Corner. And let me see something. My bad. That's about it. Remember, don't forget to set your notifications. We have a couple interviews that's coming up this week, talking about our draft class and giving some grades. We got some OSU beat reporters, some other beat reporters joining. Also, between this week and next week, we got Ron Fowler joining. We have Logan back on, a couple other DC reporters within the next couple weeks that's going to be talking about our draft. So we have fun. So thank you all for chopping it up with Chuck and DawgTired and I. A special shout out to Nick for joining us again. If anyone else that's usually always in the chat or part of the Red Zone Lab community, you can, if you want to come chop it up with us, just send me a DM. Let me know, man. Come up and chop it up with us. Thank you all so much for your time. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We absolutely. Let me see. I'll go to the Women's FIBA World Cup final in Berlin in September. Looking forward to it. All right, yes. Bring us back a report, man. Bring us back a report. We appreciate your time. We know it's very valuable for that. We absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart.